Okay. Here we go. It should be going. Let's see. Yep. Here we are. It's heading live. Perfect. Here we go. Hello to anyone who watches this after it goes up. I'm still currently in the process of setting up the stream, but thank you for joining in. Should be pretty good to go. I'm just going to check over here. Yeah, it says it's looking pretty good. Hello everybody. Welcome back to Froobworld. Froobworld is this server that I've been playing on. If you haven't been here before, we are in my lovely pirate base that I've been working on pretty much the past several months. And today, we're going to continue kind of what we were doing in yesterday's stream, or, well, I guess technically that was today's stream too, just really early in the morning / really late at night last night. But yeah, we're going to continue with the pathway here, and we're just going to fill in all of this, or at least as much as we can. We're going to film some of the part for the episode that's coming out on Friday. At least that is the plan. And as always with these streams, I am watching Classic Doctor Who, and the drink for today's stream is just kind of some Diet beer. I got a soda stream, loving it. So I am currently fixing my storage box here, specifically so I can have Podzol, because I need more Podzol. And I thought I had more Podzol, but this has gone into a bit of a mess that I have to kind of go in and reorder it. There's coarse dirt. Here we go. More Podzol. I'm slowly finding it all. Mud. I have a lot of sand now, which is good. A lot of dirt I gotta deal with. Ah, good gravel. Grass. Mud. Oh no. Silk touch. Coarse dirt. Sand. Grass. I need a grass box just of grass. I really do need to upgrade my storage. I think one of these days I am going to properly upgrade it, because at this point things are getting a little wild. I want to take all the ones with dirt out and grass. That one's empty. Sand. Where's coarse dirt? Rooted dirt. Regular dirt. Perfect. What's in here? Grass. So we have a grass shulker. Did I just put this dirt in here, or was that in a different one? That's coarse dirt. That's regular dirt. Nope, don't want to put that in there. So we have coarse dirt here. Regular dirt. Shulker for rooted dirt. Podzol. Grass. Sand. I got some clay up here. Which one of these has gravel? Oh, this one is a mixture of a lot of things. I can put the excess dirt because I don't think I need it right now. I can just go put it in my mud farm. We will eventually get to filling in that a bit. For now, I'm just getting everything ready for it. Look, this thing is slowly filling up with dirt, which is good because I need a lot of mud bricks and stuff. We're just gonna put this in here because I think this is enough clay that it's fine. I have a lot of excess dirt, my god. Podzol, coarse dirt. Rooted dirt. Any of this coarse, or is this all regular? This is all regular? Okay, we'll put this back in the mud farm as well. Mud. Make sure we put this all in the same area. Gravel. $256 sand. We have more dirt and stuff. Whoo! Dirt. Hey guys, welcome aboard. Hey, dropping in to say hi. I don't know when you get off, but I'm going to be driving, so I won't be here. Oh, well, thank you so much, Mika. Glad you were able to drop in, and hope you drive safe, man. Perfect. Alright, we're slowly getting our inventory back into gear. Hopefully. Doesn't take way too long. Good dirt. Okay. I don't think I need this much dirt here, because I have a shulker full. I think that might be enough. Coarse dirt. I love this scene. I'm watching Classic Who, as always with these streams, but I've gone back and revisited one of my favorite Doctors, which is John Pertwee, the third Doctor, and I'm watching the Sea Devils episode, and there's this hilarious moment where he's convincing this dude that he hurt his leg in the war, but because he's an alien from space, he doesn't remember the closest war, so he's just listing off wars that he knows happened. So he's like, yeah, I lost my leg, you know, hurt my leg in the Crimea. He's like, the Crimea? I mean, Thermopylae. Sir, he's like, does it really matter? He's like, I suppose not. It's great. Great stuff. It's just great humor. So much of this. I just put some gravel in here, and I probably should have checked. Okay, more dirt. Oh, some coarse dirt. Yes. Look at the mess I'm making just to clean this up. Salem! Well, game name. Hi guys, welcome aboard, Raffi. How are you guys doing? That's rooted dirt. Here's my coarse dirt. Need to figure out what to do with all this grass. Suppose I can put it in another shulker. I might need it later on, though the weird thing is, my base isn't really made of grass, it's made out of podzol. I'm trying to get rid of the grass, but I guess putting it in the box to contain it is good enough. Okay. I think we are officially good here. We can go ahead and put all this stuff up now. I need to leave the podzol out because I will be using that. Hello! How's your day going, Raffi? What do you have in you? Empty. So these are all empty and can be put back inside of our shulker chest. Good. Well, that one's not empty. So did I pick up one that wasn't empty? Nope. Good. Bro, can you talk to... Well, I am. I'm literally saying hi. Is it unable to hear me? Hold on, let me... Where's my phone? Pull this up on my screen. Hello. Is there an issue with my mic? I don't think there is. Shouldn't be. Looks to be recording on my end. Pull this up on my screen. No, yeah. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I don't really know how to troubleshoot streams very well. But there we go, I put hello in. Sorry, not sure why. Seems fine on my end. No, you can hear me. Okay, cool. Sorry, Raffi. There is a stream delay, so it'll take a while to get... Yeah. Oh, man, I'm always forgetting about the stream delay. Sorry about that. Thank you, Mika. Though make sure to drive safe, man. I don't want you to get into a wreck just because you were helping me out. I would feel pretty awful if that happened. I put another shulker in here that I should not have put in there. My lighting box! I was looking for this everywhere in the last stream. Puzzle, but... Aha, there you are. Teton! Welcome back, man! Oh, your car hasn't shown up yet. Nice. Finally found my torches box, which is good. I was looking for this everywhere last stream. There we go. Just fixing stuff up together. How's everyone doing? Chief! Welcome back. Cool. Okay, where is my Podzol? There you are. What FOV do I use? I use normal. I used to in the last map. I used Quake Pro with this other like pack that I had, which allowed me to have like just the weirdest views, and it was so fun to do stuff. Quake Pro is kind of weird. Thing is, I switch between my FOVs every once in a while, depending on exactly what is needed. But for the most part, I play with normal. Alright, finally we can start work on this. I don't have enough Podzol to fill all this in, but we'll get a start and then probably get some more Podzol, or fill it in with grass and do the whole tree method, which... Guys, I really don't want to have to cut down more spruce trees. I've got so much spruce wood I don't even know what to do with right now. I mean, I'll probably eventually get to using it all, but for the most part, it's just sitting in my storage chest, and poor Bestis boy over there is just, he's overworked. I want to find a mod that lets me use 360-degree vision. Oh boy, that would be insane. But you want to see something cool? Ready? Ready? 360 degrees. But I get what you mean, all at once. I suppose you could probably get away with, if you had multiple monitors and you extended them out, you could do a really enlarged FOV and get closer to that. Shoot, I don't have the mangrove roots, which I probably have some of those in my inventory. Make sure I pick up my shulkers. I don't want to lose them. TikTok notification. You know, I only joined TikTok to post my stuff about comics and everything. And I never use it anymore. I really need to get back to using it and posting up there. I have like 16 followers on it, but I just never do anything with it. Instead, my bright idea was to create a whole other channel on YouTube, Trey Into Comics, and that's where I'm uploading most of my comic stuff going forwards, though I haven't really gotten into recording any newer stuff, so it's just re-uploads of the stuff I've already got on this channel. But I do have some new issues that I do have planned to work around and get some new videos out on that. Let's get rid of this. Whoa. God, sirens 2 days in a row. What is going on? There's usually no sirens over here. Oh, here's another example of great Doctor Who humor. He just mentioned a guy, and the other person's like, yeah, a very impulsive fellow, if history books can be believed. And he's like, history books? My good man, I already knew him. He's like, okay. Mad as a hatter, yep. How much more Podzol do I have? We can get a decent chunk in. I really need to start recording this. I did a little bit of it while I was filling in that section. Really, microphone? I am so sorry, you guys. My microphone just decided to plop face first onto my desk. I didn't even touch it. This boom arm is a little old at this point. I say a little old. It's rather old. I've had this boom arm for 9 years now? Yeah, almost 10 years. That's crazy to think. I really need to upgrade some more of my recording gear. I mean, for the most part, the Yeti has been working fairly well. Yeah, sorry for the jump scare, you guys. Didn't know you were signing in for a horror stream, did you? Yeah, I've been using the same microphone for about 10 years now. I think I should probably upgrade at some point. But it's been, you know, it works decently well. My brother likes to make fun of it because my brother is a recording engineer. And so he uses a lot of different microphones. He's like, bro, you need to get this microphone and this software and all this. I'm like, Damon, I don't record music. I make YouTube videos. I don't need DAWs and stuff like that. He's like, yeah, you could be making beats. I'm like, I don't have a musical bone in my body anymore. All of my music skills have faded since leaving high school, man. It's like that stuff gets rusty. You really gotta keep up with it. I don't have dirt. No, I do have dirt. Good. At least one piece of dirt. But it's always funny watching him talk about, like, it's cool how he works and everything, watching his mindset and everything, because it's very similar to how I am whenever I'm explaining photography, video editing, photo editing, anything like that. Except he uses a few more choice words and adjectives than I do when it comes to explaining things. Because me, I'll work around with whatever I got. Like, limitation helps breed creativity. So while I would prefer to be using like Photoshop and everything, right now I'm just not paying for it. Plus there's a little bit of a moral thing with Adobe trying to own the things that you create. I don't know if they fixed that or not, but in like an update or so ago, they were like, and by the way, what you create, we will own. And I'm like, nope. Your 18-ish-year-old Wii still works. I have 2 Wiis out in my garage that I should probably hook up at some point to see if they still work. They probably do. Nintendo consoles tend to work for a good while. I have my Wii U not plugged in, but sitting in my drawer right now. And then I have my SNES Classic just kind of sitting plugged up to my computer for some videos that I plan on recording in the future. Or just some streams. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I got a new capture card a little bit ago. Picked up like a $20 one just to see how well it works. And, I mean, there's a little bit of workarounds you got to do with it, but it works just fine. So I do have some older console stuff that I want to play. The sad thing is, I'm officially old, because this year marks the 20th anniversary that the PlayStation 3 came out, and the PlayStation 3 was my console. Like, yeah, I had the PlayStation 2 for the first several years of the PS3's lifespan, but then when I got the PS3, that was it. Like, I stayed with that until 2017 I had the PlayStation 3. Love the PlayStation 3. It's one of my all-time favorite things to ever exist. And I went and picked up a few of my favorite games that I used to own that I no longer own due to, you know, just life and stuff. And they're all considered retro, and I could only find them at retro game stores. So, I am old. Welcome! Welcome aboard. Which reminds me, if you guys would like to play this server, then I have, in my Froobworld videos, I always have the server linked down, so you can join in if you're on Java and everything. It's a lot of fun. There's some great people on here, and as long as you follow the rules and everything, which basically just amounts to no griefing, no cheating, that type of stuff, then I think you'll have a lot of fun here. So it's a great server. Really wish I would stop misplacing blocks. Oh, one thing that has changed. In the last stream, I was talking about how this over here, there was this mound that I've flattened was going to be a cellar. I've since then flattened it, and the only reason I did that is to try to make this landscape here a little bit more even. I'm working on evening it out a bit. I have returned, take 2. Welcome back for the second time, Teton. How much of this have we got going so far? Not enough. We still have so much more to fill in, and I am officially out of podzol. Oh no. Look at how much more space we have to fill in. All of this, and then there's spots over this way that I need to even out and everything. I need so much podzol. Why did I think it was a good idea to try to build my own taiga biome inside of this? I could have just used a taiga biome. I say this to myself every day. Now, I could go in and break all of this and probably place it above, but I'm not going to do that because that seems like extra work. Instead, I'm going to go try to buy some podzol. So we're going to check the shopping district, which means I have to stop recording. To the shopping district. Whee! They still haven't removed the chicken on top of the Maui. More like third time today for me, because I joined past midnight early. That's true, yeah. I was streaming around midnight-ish. Okay. Where would podzol be? Who would be selling podzol, I wonder? I really don't want to have to go shop to shop. So here's hoping I can just find some out and about. We got dirt and grass. Doesn't seem like any podzol here. What about you? What do you sell? Do you sell podzol? You think I would memorize shops at this point? Nope. Do you use replay mode to record videos? I do use replay mod to do it. I know technically... Oh, welcome to the game. EB? No, welcome back. I do use replay mod. I tried using flashback for a bit, but just didn't really... Like, the interface is neat, and it's a lot similar to, like, modern video editing softwares, but I was just so used to replay mod that it works out for me to still use replay mod. So. Though flashback works fine, too. Assuming you can get it to work with every time we update the server. That's the worst part about using these types of mods, is the second you update to the new version... You know, the mods take forever to update as well, which is why I'm kind of glad we haven't updated to the latest update just yet, because it gives us time, especially for me, to be able to get the mods that I use updated as well. Okay, so this shop, which is kind of the go-to shop, doesn't seem to sell any podzol. You would think he would. Okay, we're going to keep looking around. Anyone sell podzol? We're just gonna look around. I might have some. I need a lot of it. I know an old growth taiga. Ooh, that might be helpful. I could just set up a beacon and mine a bunch of it. Honeycomb. I'm being bullied by my lag. Oh no. Concrete Emporium. They sell... Oh my god, this is amazing. Though, why did you choose to build it in a honeycomb? That's just slightly confusing as to what you sell. Thanks. You can mine freely. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's see... This is a lot of it. Is it enough, though? Oh, I feel bad about this now. I don't want to... I know he said I could, but I don't want to take all this. Like, you put work into this. So there's a lot of coarse dirt here, which I like the coarse dirt. Coarse dirt is definitely a part of mine. But the podzol is the main thing. I don't know if I'm gonna get enough from this or not, to be honest. This won't take too long to get some. Ooh, leaf litter. I love leaf litter. Podzol, collecting all these podzol. I would put down a beacon, but I don't think it'll be that effective right now, given that there's only like a layer of podzol at most here. Because podzol, you know, it mostly sits at the top. It's not like dirt. Sometimes it's underneath. Lost a build? No! Sorry, Dirt Man, that sucks. Underneath the tree. You know, I wasn't expecting to be mining materials just to place things. I thought I had a lot more podzol than I did. And I'm starting to remember why I do the tree method. We're going to collect a few stacks of this just to help out, and then I think I'm going to fill the rest in, possibly with just grass, and go from there. Do the tree method. Aw, man. I would love to have some of those bushes. Those are cool. Currently, I have my desk in standing position because I've been sitting down way too much with driving. This helps things out a whole lot more. If you can, get yourself a sitting and standing desk. They are amazing. Spider, stay back. Alright, fine. I gave him a chance, you saw. Mushrooms. I actually don't think I have any mushrooms. This is the first time I've actually picked up mushrooms, I think. Something like that. I've probably picked them up. I just don't have any actively, as far as I know. Dun dun. Dun dun. No! My shulker! Fine. I can't seem to get rid of this dang trash in my inventory. Okay. Let's throw my trash here. There we go. One thing I've noticed about Classic Who, there are so many times characters will just pop in who have like no real additions to the story, but they're just in the world, which is, you know, it's neat and it's weird at the same time because of the way Classic Who did things. So like in this episode, the Sea Devils, there's just this dude who's like a friend of the captain who pops in, and like it's supposed to show that the captain is like a little bit under control and a little bit like, I don't know, not trustworthy, but there were already scenes that showed that. So why they felt the need to do it again, who knows? Because at this point in the story, the Doctor already knows. He expected it pretty much right away. So got a few decent stacks here. 8 of them so far. Roger Delgado is so amazing as the Master. I wish we had gotten more of him. Sadly, he passed away in a car crash back in the 70s. And then we got Anthony Ailey's eventually. Like, there was a few in between played versions of the Master. But Anthony Ailey does such a great job at capturing what Roger Delgado did and making it his own as well. Do you play off regular Minecraft or do you use a client like Modrinth? I use CurseForge to launch mine off. I think I used to use Technic a long time ago when I was first starting out. I did some modded stuff way back when with a few other people that I was recording with. And I think we were using Technic, but I think we were doing like a zombie survival at one point. Trying to kind of piggyback and work inside of the realm created by another content creator I was working with at the time as well. He had made this really cool roleplay series, and I wanted to kind of go along with that. But it didn't work for me. I try to do the roleplay aspect every once in a while, because it can be fun, but for the most part, it's like not fully my thing. Which gets a little awkward given that I would love to kind of do more acting-related stuff. Funnily enough, I think it was 2024, I took an acting class for at least one class, and it was a very interesting experience. Those people in there were insane in the best ways possible. Super nice. I used CurseForge, but it was confusing, so I switched to Modrinth. I would check it out if you want. I've used Modrinth a little bit in the past. I don't really have any strong feelings towards it or anything. CurseForge I've been using longer, so it's like I'm just kind of used to that at this point. I will say Modrinth tends to have mods updated a lot quicker than CurseForge from what I've experienced. So sometimes I will just go to Modrinth and then download them and then import them into CurseForge. I do like some of the CurseForge specific like launching platforms that you can use, like their libraries and everything. But for like most Froobworld stuff, I'm not using that. I'm using Quilt currently, like Fabric. But I have used NeoForge in the past, especially like when I first started recording this map. I was using NeoForge. But now I'm using Quilt. Not Quilt, Fabric. I keep saying Quilt. I don't know why. I wonder if at this point a beacon might have been the better bet. I still don't think so, because I don't think I plan on breaking all of this out just going for a little bit longer. I should probably grab the coarse dirt while I'm here, but I'm just gonna focus on Podzol for this stream. I'm still testing out the best times that I've found to stream. Is that wool in my inventory? Why do I have brown wool in my inventory? Must have picked it up at my base. I love Joe Grant's relationship with the Doctor in Classic Who. She is one of my favorite companions. And Katie Manning, the actual actress, is so hilarious. She does watch-alongs of Doctor Who, or her own little reviews after the episodes have come out. And they've been just such a joy to watch. I love that she's got to return at least twice as Joe Grant. Once in the Sarah Jane Smith Adventures back in like 2011. And then in 2022, she made a cameo as Joe Grant in Power of the Doctor. And it was just such a nice thing to see. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where is my shulker box? An empty one. We'll just put Podzol inside of here. Mouse tweaks, man. It is the best mod I think I've used. Or one of them. Okay. I think what I'm going to do real quick is I'm actually going to take a quick break because I got to go run and do something. And I'm going to play a snippet from one of my most recent episodes. So, /home for a bit. That's the wrong argument. There we go. So I'll get that set up, and then I should be back in about 5 minutes at the most. So, /AFK. And I'll see you guys in just a bit. Enjoy these clips. angry at him than jealous, I guess. Oops, I appear to have caught you at a bad time, milady. Allow me to introduce myself again. I am Jean. Nice to meet you, Sanji. What a beautiful name. What are you doing here, Sanji? I looked around Emerald Town thinking I might find Nami and the others there, but the sailors kept holding me up. Come to think of it, those guys dropped some things. Looked like they could be Navy derivatives, or something like that. But unfortunately, they're written in code, so I have no idea what any of it means. It must be classified information. Code? Mind if I take a look? You mean you can decipher that? I'm anti-Navy leader. After all, I have my sources. You're amazing, John. Absolutely amazing. Classified information? You mean like a treasure map? Wait, that's strange. These directives, they're incomplete. Aw, you're kidding. It says part of 3. There must be 2 other parts around somewhere. There's a real possibility that the rest might contain info on us or on what the Navy is up to. If they do contain information on the Navy's doings, they could be very invaluable. Got it. Come on, Saji, let's go find the other 2 parts. Anything to help John. Alright, let's start by splitting up and searching Emerald Town. Please be careful, you two. There are a lot of sailors here in Emerald Town. No wonder there were so many of them. Don't worry, I'll find them and bring them back in no time. Hey, maybe Musabi, or Musabi? I don't know how you say that name. We'll have an idea. Musabi? She's a woman who always gathers ingredients for her children's lunches around here. She walks around a lot. Might have seen some of the other parts of the directives. Lunch. I think I could get a lunch from her too. I believe Musabi's house is on 5th Street in Emerald Town. You can see which street it is from the sign at the bottom of the stairs. Musabi's children are playing near 5th Street, so you might be able to ask them where her house is. Alright, let's go find Musabi and get some lunch. Oh, and the rest of the directives. Cool, looks like we're gonna go find 5th Street here in Emerald Town. Or well, we're in Emery Plaza. Where's Emerald Town? This is Emerald Town. We'll just fast travel there since I already have it unlocked. Emerald Town. Sounds like a Pokemon town. I kind of want to play Pokemon. Oh, not more snipers! Don't you dare snipe me. Oh, God. Oh, this is so bad. I am in such danger. Okay, let's, we need to find 5th Street. Oh, those damn snipers. Oh, I hate him. I hate him. I hate you so much. Jeez. Okay. Cool. What is this treasure chest? It's the only thing I care about right now. Alright, we'll take him out. Oh my God! You guys are being so annoying right now.
that pistol seems like one of the most effective attacks you have. Okay, no one else around? Luffy, stop running. Open up the chest. There. We will find 5th Street somewhere. Ah! Okay, let's hide for a second while I try to plan out my next move.
And I'm back. Let's go ahead and get back to what we were doing. Here we go. Should pop back up in a second. Is it not? Why? What are you doing? Come on. There we go. Should be any second now. There we are. And I'm back. So I tried to get a text file to go, and I think you may have been able to see some of the text appear on the screen for a little bit. I'm going to have to mess around with that a bit more. But I'm trying to figure out how to do breaks and stuff when it comes to streams. Anyways, we are officially back. I had to go take care of a few things, and I'll probably have to do that again here in a bit. Swapping over my audio real quick. There we go. Resuming everything now. Let's see, anything in the chat while I was gone? Okay, back. Hey, Mika. Gonna be 18 next month. Hey, congratulations. Happy birthday, man. And, I was wondering how you check your recordings from the replay mode. Ah, pretty easily. Basically, once you're done recording, it saves your file, and for some reason mine takes the weirdest path to save it. So, for me, the quickest way is to jump into a single-player world. And eventually it'll, like, trick that into saving, so once this fills up, it'll be fully saved. Welcome back to the Redstone world, everyone. 2 streams in a row, wow. Still haven't worked on this in the meantime. I'm just trying to get this to save. If we go back, come on. All right, it's being difficult, but that's fine. So it saves into this little icon here, the replay viewer, and you can log in. Sadly, this one won't work. This one is corrupted, I think. Is this one from today? 8:01 p.m. 1526 8:01. I must have already deleted the one that I did. Something like that. I don't know. Okay, here we go. These are the 2 that I had just done. So the 14 is the one that needs to be deleted. That one isn't working. So we'll get rid of that one. But let's see, which one? We'll go into the 16 one real quick. Hey, welcome aboard, Pop Robert. Glad to have you. Sorry, there's a bit of a stream delay, so... But this brings up the replay of everything. And for me, I always start out by taking my chat settings, putting it on hidden. And you can just kind of move around to see everything that was recorded. Always make sure to put a keyframe for your time and your position. You can control your speed here. And then I should have my shaders ability to reload it, but sometimes it's a little tricky with that. So probably not going to do shaders for this time lapse here. Let's just move up the speed. We'll play. And it should go all the way across. Thank you. I was going to try making content with Replay Mod. It's pretty easy once you get used to it. We'll do just a quick thing, because I don't think there's much in the way of anything else. So, you have 2 timelines in it. This is the video timeline, so what you are actually recording from the replay, and then this is the overall gameplay timeline. So, say I want to skip to the future that I've got, I'll just click up here on the top timeline, and that'll bring me up to here. And I believe, did I go over this way? I did. So I need to skip back just a little bit here to find where I'm at. Yeah. And then y'all put another keyframe here. So now it's tracking the positions that I've been. So my camera was over in this direction. Now it's over here. It also records like the first-person way. Is there a way to make it first-person? Not that I know of. I'm sure there is, though. But honestly, if you're recording first-person footage, don't do replay, use OBS, because then you have more control over it. At least just from what I found. But this will go all the way through. I don't really need too much in the way of a change, so I'm just going to slowly make my way over here. This, just so we can see the full breadth of it. Move my thing to here. We'll put my position out cursor, so this way it's telling this that from this spot here to this spot here is what we are going to render. So this is where it starts, this is where it ends. Then you'd click render camera path. You'd give it your video name, so we'll just put this as Podzol placing 1. Click save. This is already going to my main replay folder. You can put it into any folder you want, and you'd click render, which, not sure how this is going to work. I've never tried rendering on stream. I'm going to close some of my other tabs because this is quite resource heavy. 2 minutes! Oh, I should not have done this. Alright, well, this is rendering, and hopefully it doesn't end everything and blow everything up. It shouldn't. I wasn't expecting it to take that long. Sadly, I can't leave the window too much. I think I'll go ahead and try to bring up the file, if I can remember where that's at. And I'll show you... Well, no, I can't bring up the one that's currently rendering. But that's a little bit of how that works. I'm going to have to switch over to my phone to be able to view chat, because I don't want to do anything. What's the other mod I'm talking about? Why can't I see chat? I want to see chat. Just show me the chat. Here we go. Is there a way to make it first person? Gotcha. What's the other mod you were talking about called? I don't think I have any other mods that I was specifically talking about when I was saying to record first person, if that's what you're meaning. OBS is kind of the main thing you use to record gameplay on computers or really record anything. It's great. And it's free. So we're just letting this go. It's got another minute, which this is weird, but you guys are getting a full behind the scenes look here. And there's plenty of tutorials online for how to do replay. It's a great mod. Flashback, I think, might have first person built into it. So you can totally check out Flashback as well. I don't personally use Flashback. Come on, hurry up. Finish. So it's rendering all the frames. So it basically takes it as like an image, pretty much, because all video is in general is just a series of images. So you could take like a bunch of pictures and then put that together and flip through it, and that's basically video. And so that's what it's rendering here. It's just rendering it frame by frame. And I could put on this right here, and that will show you exactly what it's like rendering. Though that tends to make it last a little bit longer for the rendering process. So I tend to leave that off because I already know what I did. Is it a mod or an extension? No, OBS is what I'm using currently to stream and to record video. I don't think I can show OBS. Maybe. Let's see. If I set my display capture up to here and I bring OBS over, this is OBS. And I don't have a link to it or anything, but you can find it online. They have their own website and everything. And this is what I've been using to record videos for about 9 years now or so. I was originally using BAMDiCam. That little ding means it's done rendering, thankfully. So we can open the video folder here. So if I bring this over to here, you can see all the replays I've done. This one would be, where are you? Puzzle placing. And so here, you can see it's showing everything. I've sped it up in there, and I can go into my actual video editing and speed it up later on, which I will probably do. But for now, this is kind of the basic thing of how replay works. And we're just going to exit that replay. And this might cause the game to crash. I don't know. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
I can't run shaders.
Sure, you can run shaders. Shaders is great. I just accidentally swiped to another person's stream. Let's get back into the actual Froobworld server. There we are. Where's my Podzol? 965 Podzol. That is a pretty good start, I want to say. I don't know where to put the mushrooms. I really need to go in and add more to my chests. It's gotta happen. There's no way around it anymore. But that's fine. It's fine. Let's see. Is there... I don't think I need sugar. Or the roses. I'll put all that up there. Put the... This leaf litter we'll just put in the trash can for now till I find something else to do with it. How much is there altogether? 965, so I would need... It's 1,700 for a full shulker. So 11 more stacks plus some change in order to have that full of podzol. So I think I'm not going to do that just because we already did a little bit of it. I don't have the chat pulled up. Oh my god. Sorry, you guys. Give me a second. I'll get that pulled back up in case you guys were messaging me and I could not see it. Let's go into the stream. Where is my stream? Go to my live viewer. Here we are. There we go. Someone is mowing their lawn outside, so all I hear is rrrr. Yeah, I've been there. It gets really annoying whenever I try to record and extra noise happens like that. But such is the case. It just, you know, comes with the whole territory. I need to soundproof my area a lot more. I just haven't got around to it. When I had my office, it was a lot more soundproofed. Phantoms! In this part of town? At this night? Didn't I just sleep recently too? I think I slept like right before the stream. EA Sports. It's in the game. Okay, that should be long enough. Let's go ahead and make our way back over there and start the replay again. I'm gonna have to edit all of the replays together because that, like, while they're individual segments, they're all going into one specific replay footage for the video. I find doing replays in chunks tends to help out unless I can get the build done in like a few hours, like in one sitting, like one Minecraft sitting. If I can get the build done, great. If not, then you have to do multiple. You can pause recordings too if you need to. I will say, if you are doing it on the server, do not teleport away and try not to sleep because that will mess with the recording files. So if you do need to teleport away, stop your recording, start up a new one when you're back. Same with sleeping. At least that's just what I have found. Not every server is like that, because not every server has teleport commands like ours does. But, you know. For a second, I thought that gray sheep was a waystone, and it brought me right back to playing hardcore. And I was like, oh, I miss my modded hardcore world. Funnily enough, this video that I'm currently recording has a build from my modded hardcore world, which will be coming back into this one, because I really love the build. And I'm going to be changing it around to try to fit the vibe of this place. But for now, this is the project I'm tackling. I think I'm going to build that probably tomorrow. Oh my goodness, my stream is way behind forever. Don't feel bad. Streaming is weird. And I have it on a delay anyways. Mostly to try to keep the footage smooth. Because I could probably have it real time and everything, but if I did, it would mess with the actual, like, smoothness of the stream itself. And there are people who go in and watch these after they go up, which I think is pretty cool. I am very grateful that they are. I like that YouTube is automatically taking streams and uploading them as videos, which is pretty cool. They also do a little bit of smoothing out when it comes to it, so it's not much, but it is a little bit noticeable that they do smooth it out in the post-processing, which I find to be amazing. But to help the transition of it, I try to keep my footage as smooth as possible. And another... Oh no. Oh, what is going on here? Why is there double? How long has that been happening, guys? I mean, I was watching footage from like 10 minutes ago. Wow. Oh, thanks, Sonny. I appreciate it. W base. I don't have my chat on. I should turn chat on here. And then give me a second, you guys. I have display capture on. That's why it was doing that. I am so sorry, everyone. I didn't realize I had both of those still on at the same time, so that was causing that whole double exposure thing. Okay, cool. Back to placing these podzol blocks. Welcome to the stream, by the way, Sonny. Glad to have you aboard. I'm trying to fit more of the piratey stuff into the streams and videos, so we'll see how that goes. That's one of the things I want to do for content this year. I want to bring much more of the mythos of the base into it, which, for those of you who aren't aware, mythos is something that is inherently belonging or coined, like basically something that just helps theme your storytelling around your videos, your builds, anything like that. So for me, the whole pirate motif is what is carrying through it all. So in order to carry out the mythos of it, I'm trying to bring in more of the pirate speak and everything like that. So welcome aboard, mateys. And I've done that throughout the videos, but I really want to kind of push it a bit more. Not so far as to actually use like pirate speak in the game, because that just gets a little annoying to me, but at least enough to add a little bit of fun elements to the videos. I have so much grass in my inventory. Grass seeds or wheat seeds. I don't even need this wheat. Well, the seeds. I need wheat, but I have my farm going, so we're good there. Tell you this would take even longer if I didn't have Swift Sneak, and I have Speed Beacon on. I do need a beacon right around there, I think. So I want to add a bunch more beacons to my base, but I need to keep them all within a certain amount of chunks, so that way the redstone signals don't break whenever I do. The good news is, from there all the way over to the ship is loaded. So I think I've got plenty of room to work with when it comes to beacons. I do wish our server had the ability to render further distances, but we are trapped at the 16. Where is that torch? So you are here, so I am going to put in at least 3 of these. We'll place down some more torches inside. It is good that I had the torches here already. I should probably place a few more under here, just so that way mob spawns are reduced under here. This all will eventually lead into the adventure map that is going down below. Who sent me a message on Messenger of all things? Ah, cool. Thanks, man. It was my cousin. Jumping Mouse. I'm lagging. Oh no. Problem is, I need to really segment this a bit more, because I keep jumping between this and that. There we go. I'm not going to worry about removing the wool right now. I'll get to it after we're done. And I'll go in and light more stuff up once we're done. I just want to get more of this placed. Want me to show you the Nether Kings tomorrow minigame scene? Yeah, I need to get through that. That would be really cool to have in the video itself, especially since the build that I'm building isn't going to take way too long. At least I hope not. It only originally took me like, I don't know, maybe an hour to build. Even less, because like I designed it in creative beforehand. But yeah, Nether Kings, I haven't seen any of it outside of the main like hub area in there, and that looks really cool, so I definitely want to play it. I'm also curious about the laser tag. I'm probably going to reach out to Bata, see if Bata wants to join for a stream. Either stream or a video segment of it. And maybe some other people, and just have a whole, like, minigame dedicated thing. Because I really do like that we have a lot of minigames on the server now. It gives the server just such a cool element of community to it. Which, I mean, we already have a pretty strong sense of community here. But, you know, it just adds another layer. Last map, I was the only one making the minigames, though, as far as I know. I had a whole minigame district, but no one else wanted to contribute to it. Except for me and, I think, this one player named Alexler. Did I just use all the puzzle? I hope I didn't use all the puzzle. I did not, but I am getting close to using all of it. Ugh. That's fine, though. Like I said, I'll switch over to the grass and we'll just do the tree thing. The only reason I'm not doing the minigame stuff right now, because it would be cool to do it on stream and everything, is just because I do want to give it like its own dedicated segment in a video. And the whole aspect ratios of streams, like I've put stream clips into the videos before, and it worked okay, but I wasn't super happy with like the visual side of it. So I need to work on that a little bit for when I do show clips from the streams, because things tend to happen on these streams, which I never expect. But it's always fun. For some reason, my nose is extremely itchy right now. It's like an itch that just won't be satiated, and I'm like, why? Hey, potato! I went back and found some of the videos that I thought were deleted off my channel. It turns out some of them were privated, which is good, because I found quite a few ones that I had remembered, and so they're back up on the channel now. And then, sadly, a lot of them I did delete, so there's still about 100 videos missing. And I did find, I want to say, at least 15 of them or so, somewhere around that number. So that's a good start. Sadly, a lot of them are gone and will never be able to come back. I think I may be able to find some of the old footage that I'd recorded, because I remember I used my stepdad's old computer to upload, and he still has that computer. Still has the hard drive and everything, at least. I think. So as long as he still has that, I should be able to find it. And use that. Which would be neat to take a look at. A good thing to learn would be clipping from streams and uploading them as shorts. But that's if you want funny moments or almost dying. Yeah. Oh no, there are several funny moments. I should really have put that in as a short, especially since this whole format is a shorts format in general. One of my favorite moments from stream is I had lost my diamonds. I had unknowingly put them into my trash can and lost everything. This might be too many, right? That's fine for now. And so I went out mining for them, and at one point in the stream I'm like, you know, they say not to dig straight down, but I don't listen to the rules. So I dug straight down, then out of nowhere, TNT falls on my head and kills me, because Bata had followed me and just decided to blow me up for some reason. And it was one of the funniest things ever. I had no idea they were there, and I genuinely, so fun. Oh, you were there for that stream. I know you were actually in that stream too, because I did PvP you in it. Oh my god, nose. Stop it. I don't know if it's because I'm talking too much, or if it's just because it's winter and I need to moisturize my face more. I don't know. You know, I will say one of the most brilliant decisions I've made recently when it comes to content creation is streaming in the Shorts platform. Typically, I would prefer to stream in the, traditional 9 by 10 aspect ratio, or 10 by 9, whatever it's called. You know, the traditional one you get. But it doesn't tend to reach a lot of people. But for some reason, if you stream in this aspect ratio, it automatically sends it to shorts, which is cool because more people can just find it by just scrolling. And that's helped bring in quite a few new viewers to the channel. So I'm very happy about that, and I'm glad that I decided to do that. That is a waste of Podzol. Can I get that Podzol back? I can. Good. There we go. We're really moving fast. Yeah. Doom scrolling is one of the best and worst things that has popped up over the past 10 years. It's great because you can find a wider range of stuff that you may not have even known you were interested in, but then it also is really bad because it gets really addictive and it can make you lose track of time and all kinds of stuff. I know a streamer who does both horizontal and vertical streams. You could maybe do that. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely done traditional horizontal streams in the past. That's like my traditional to-go-to one. But the thing is, YouTube, when it comes to streams, doesn't really like to promote those types of streams as much as, say, like Twitch does. And I don't have a Twitch channel. At least not anymore. I used to. Because I could never just wrap my head around Twitch. I really tried, but I just couldn't do it. It just wasn't like the way I was making content at the time. But it's interesting to see. You see, because this is relatively recently that I decided to start streaming in this format. I started the stream first. You can go back on the channel. It was like a couple months ago. I think back in November or so, I think I streamed for the first time here. And I was just cutting down trees, and it was in, you know, the traditional horizontal format. And I don't know if it was someone in the stream who recommended it, or if I had just been seeing people stream like this before. But I decided to try it, and immediately went from like 2 viewers to like 45 in the span of a few minutes. It was crazy. So every once in a while, you'll just have people just stumble across here. And just for that like benefit alone is why I do it in this format. I will say, for the video that I'm currently recording, I'm experimenting. You guys see the moving background currently? I've got that going off in the actual video. So hopefully that comes across well, but I'm going to leave it up to people to decide in the comments below. Ow. I'd be a good Twitch streamer, you just have to keep saying, chat, what game we playing, lol. Yeah. They do have a thing for saying chat a lot. Every time I join into live streams, especially like if I do watch Twitch, they say chat like constantly, which is crazy. That's such, I think it's not necessarily entirely new, but it's new enough to me because I still remember, like, I'm old school, man. Like I said, I've been doing this for a long time now. But referring to viewers in such a way that it's like you make them such a symbiotic part of the streams and everything, it's still new to me, that whole concept of that. Like, parasocialism in of itself is really cool. I mean, these streams and this channel is a little bit more interesting because the server that we are playing on, this isn't like a closed off server. Anyone in the streams is welcome to join in. So literally any one of my viewers can play with me, and any one of the players on the server can be a viewer. So all kinds of things happen, you know? I don't know where I'm going with this anymore. I'm basically the meme of the old man shaking his fist at the sky sometimes. Sometimes I'm just reluctant to change, I guess. Aren't we all at times, though? We have done quite a decent amount of progress so far. If you'll notice, this is looking already so much cleaner. And I am so mad I put this off for so long. I could have probably already had this done. I am going to try to stream a lot more this year. and really have people involved with not only the production of the videos, but just, you know, just have people more involved with the channel in general. I'm really going to be pushing a lot harder this year, because last year, that was the most growth this channel has ever seen, you know? So, if I continue what I was doing last year and maybe add even more to it this year, I could see a potential future where this channel hits 1,000 this year. That is just, you know, that is a stretch goal at best, but it is definitely something that could happen. I don't even know how I would react to having 1,000. I would probably be in sheer disbelief for the longest time, but we'll see how it goes this year, you know? I never really set, like, subscriber goals in general. I think the only one I ever did was I wanted to get to 500. So I beat that last year. And we're still, you know, we're sitting around 570 people right now, which is really cool. So I've already achieved one of my goals for this channel, which I don't think a whole lot of people can say. And I'm not really going to be pushing subscriber activity. Like, I never really do. Like, I'll do the, you know, the call to actions that people do. Like, make sure to subscribe if you're new, that type of stuff. But I don't, like, heavy and you know, advertise it. Which I probably should, but I don't. I tend to try to keep stuff a little bit more chill. Why is my caps lock on? Get off there, caps lock. I'm going to use brown wool instead of dirt because I don't have any dirt in my inventory. Whee! Ah! Dang it. No! Land on the podzol. There you go. Look at you go. You've got it. This is nowhere near the most amount of, like, a grass type block that I have placed. I had an Origins Realm series going on for a while, and I had, like, this massive 16 chunk filled in area of grass that I was going to build my base on. But I couldn't get Silk Touch. That's what I like. People who are like, if you don't mind subscribing, then please do. Yeah, you know, it's like, when I was first starting out, I was told to do sub for sub a lot, and that would happen, but it never felt right because you don't end up having an active viewership. And I think what's more important than subscriber count is active people who want to watch your content, people who want to interact with the stuff that you're making. That is a lot more valuable to me than, say, having 45,000 subscribers but only ever like a couple hundred views on a video, you know? Feels a little bit more meaningful, I think. That's the wrong placement. Of course, all this is also me just trying to cope with the fact that there's people way more successful than me, and try as hard as I can, it is hard not to compare yourself sometimes, especially once they've started, like, after you. It's really weird. One of my favorite channels started a year after I did, and they have, like, 2 million subs. And they're amazing. They have such amazing content. Completely different content to what I make. But part of me was like, you know what? That could have been me. And the other part's like, no, that's the old you thinking that. Remember, you're a lot more mindful now. You're a lot wiser in your old age. Oh yeah, retention farmers. Dude, I keep seeing these videos pop up on my shorts feed every time I go through shorts, which is, you want a lot of subscribers? Use this sound. Or you want a major YouTuber to comment on your video? Then use this sound, comment down below, and you'll be surprised. And I'm like, yeah, these work for getting people to come to your channel to do stuff, but they don't tend to stick around. I am officially out of Podzol, aren't I? I got 900 subs, but that's from spamming shorts and knowing some of the algorithm. Dang, congrats, man. 900 is, you know, it's still an achievement. Okay, we're switching over to the grass. Ultimately, though, when it comes to making content, I'm just going to continue to do it my own way. One thing I've come to learn is, while YouTube itself is a social media platform, and I'm really good at the media part, or at least I would say I'm good at the media part, I'm not good in terms of the social aspect. So there's a lot of things I could do to be bringing people in that ultimately just feels wrong to me and not how I enjoyed doing it. So I'm just going to treat YouTube as an art form, make what I want to make, hope people tag along. If they do, great. Celebrate the victories I get. If not, oh well. Same thing on TikTok, yeah. I only have 16 followers on TikTok. I was so late to TikTok. I refused to get one until, like, 2024. I was much more of a Vine person. I loved Vines back in the day. Can't do dirt, we need grass. I just organized all these. You think I would have put them in a spot I could remember? Come on, grass. There you are, 1.7 grass blocks. Tell you what, if my nose does not stop itching, I'm just going to... I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. It's really annoying. I don't know why it's itching as bad. It's like, it's not like, you know, deep itches you get, like, that feel under your skin? Some people do. I don't know if everyone does. But it's like, just right on the outside. It's just like, there's a piece of dirt or something. Like dust tickling the outside of my nose. And it won't go away. I haven't tried washing my face. And again, nothing. It's like, oh my god. Hate when it does that. When you just can't explain why your body is doing something it's doing. So annoying. Okay, we got a bunch of grass, which... This is going to be a little weird to do, but... It's something I've already done on here. So if you've been in past streams, you'll know what I'm doing. If not, allow me to explain. When you place down a 4x4 saplings of spruce and grow it, it grows a big spruce tree. And the spruce then changes the grass around it to be podzol. So I've been doing that method a lot. And I'm going to do that again just because I really don't like mining podzol. I tried it, guys. I really tried it. I don't like it. Okay. Turn you into bone meal. Put the rest in here so that way I can still sort my bones and everything out. And we can do quite large areas. The only downside is we do have to break the trees. I got a new camera yesterday, and I've been loving playing with it. It's a kid's toy camera, as they put it. It's a digital Instaprint camera, so it uses zinc to print off like just receipt paper photos. And it is so fun, because it also does save it digitally, though the photos themselves, they don't look that great. I mean, they're not the worst I've ever seen, but it's such a small sensor size that it really doesn't matter. It's like, I would say, on the level of like 2014 iPhones, maybe 2013 iPhones. So, you know, it's not the greatest, but it's still just so fun to use. I've gotten some photos printed off that actually kind of look really good. Mostly because you can take a good photo with literally any camera you have. All that makes a good photo is artistic intent, composition, and value. So like the lighting that you're using. Master those and you'll have a good photo no matter what camera you use. So I've been having fun just kind of forgetting about trying to make these super expensive looking photos. These photos that like you put on Instagram or on Reels to have people like come in and see your work and everything, and just been having fun just taking photos. Like last night I took it out with me while I was working and just took so many photos. I went through an entire roll of paper, which is like 100 photos. really lucky because, like, I live near Cincinnati. So, Cincinnati is a very beautiful city, but it also has so much in the way of, like, differences to it. So you have sections that are, like, more urban, sections that are a bit more sprawled out. You have some wooded areas still. You have the whole Ohio, like, river and everything. So there's so many different scenic views you can get that doing street photography down in Cincinnati is just amazing. And you can go right across the river to, like, Covington and get even cooler stuff, too. There's this really cool clock tower in Covington that I like. I tried to get a photo of it, but it was too late at night, and it just didn't do it. The whole photo printed out is black, and I was like, ooh, that's a bit of a waste of ink. Am I in Europe? No, I'm in, Kentucky is where I'm from. So here in the United States. Excuse me, you guys. I'm secretly plotting the downfall of Chief, overthrowing him somehow. If you didn't know, Chief is kind of the king of the server, and he threw me in jail one point, and I will figure out a way to get revenge. I will. I just haven't yet. Mostly because Chief doesn't, like, it's part of the, like, the whole, like, not really roleplay aspect, but part of the just bits that I've done on the server, and Chief doesn't really do bits as much. Like, sometimes he does, but not at all to the extent. So, like, when I was doing the run for president thing, Chief decided, you know what, no presidents, I'm king, that's final. And, well, Chief has a lot of power, so don't go against him. Sunsets where I live are pretty, but other than that, it's boring. Were you trying not to say your state, and did it slip, or was it on purpose? I'm not, like, I have no real, like, desire to disclose, like, an actual location, but, like, the state itself, I've been, like, very vocal in the past of my channel. So, like, my channel has a lot about what my life is like, you know, and everything. So I've said it multiple times before and everything, but I had to genuinely think of what state I'm in, because I'm in both Ohio and Kentucky constantly, that it's just, especially for, like, the job that I do in real life and everything, it gets complicated. You end up blurring the lines of everywhere you go. So, like, I'm in an area which is basically like this suburban metro area. So even though I'm in Kentucky, everyone here considers it part of Cincinnati, because Cincinnati is the major city nearby. When I lived in Louisville, it was kind of the same case, but if you went over to Indiana, there's a place called Jeffersonville, and they're like, yeah, we're part of Louisville. And it's like, well, no, you're in a completely different state. But they're like, yeah, but we're the Louisville metro area, so we're really part of Louisville. And I'm like, sure. So it's kind of the same here. You just kind of, depending on who you talk to, some of us will say we're Kentucky, some of us will say, oh, we're by Cincinnati. We use Cincinnati as, like, a major launching off port for how, like, culture in this whole area has kind of developed. So, like, one of the biggest examples is Cincinnati style chili. So, like, there's these, like, companies called Gold Star and Skyline and a bunch of others and everything, and that's really only a style of chili that's really popular in this area. It was popularized here. So much so that, like, where I'm originally from in Kentucky, we had a completely different style of chili. And so when I came up here and I was eating chili for the first time in this area, I was expecting it to be the way I'm used to, you know, beans, meat, tomato juice, that type of stuff. And instead it was more like hot dog sauce. And I am the biggest non-fan of it that there has ever been. Like, I don't know exactly what it is about it that just makes me nauseous, but it always does. And people are always confused when I explain what real chili is, because to them, it's like Cincinnati style is the real chili. But to me, it is not. It is an abomination that must be destroyed. So yeah, it's not really a whole privacy thing. I mean, there is definitely privacy involved in it, but, like, so much about my life is just available on my channel, because my channel is just me, you know? It's like I would never put up my address, though I have definitely shown my house off in videos in the past. I don't know about recently. I've been a little bit more careful of that, but you can go to some of my older videos that were around and you can just straight up see my house, see my street. I would record while just walking down the street sometimes. And so you got some of my neighbors' houses and everything in it, which was really funny because I never knew any of my neighbors, like when I lived up here originally. And it turns out they were all my classmates at the time. And so none of my classmates knew where I lived, and I knew where none of them lived, but we literally lived one door from each other. So it was a crazy time. Alright, I believe we can go ahead and start planting in some of these trees. I need some more mangrove roots as well. Just going to place this every couple of blocks. I'm going to turn on full bright just so we can see better. This might be covered by this. We'll see. If not, I can always place more. I think I'm a GeoGuessr pro. Oh man, I do like GeoGuessr. It's a lot of fun. I've gotten surprisingly close to some stuff. One time I had a GeoGuessr that landed in my old hometown, like where I'm originally from and everything. And I was like, I know this place. And I was like, this is perfect. And people were like, wow, you have the accuracy so down on this. Like, literally, it was within, like, a couple of feet of it. And I was like, yeah, this is from my hometown. And like, oh, well, that explains it then. So GeoGuessr can be fun. But I only do VR GeoGuessr. I don't think I've ever played the actual, like, GeoGuessr, like, game. But I've played the VR version. Because it's a lot more fun when you can kind of physically stand in the space. You can kind of see more of what it's supposed to be. This is annoying. Why? Why couldn't you be turned into Podzol? Okay. Like, look at this. Literally just misses off a few of these. That is so annoying. Let's see, if I do slash back, will I be back at the taiga biome? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I am. Good. I'm going to collect some more of this while I'm here. Just a little bit, though. I'm not going to do a full shulker. I've already committed to the tree bit, but just so that way any of it gets left behind, we can put it in there. I'm barely able to guess my house. I'm bad with locations, lol. I'm really bad about thinking every single country has its own, like, rules of the road, which some do and you can recognize, but then others are genuinely just the same as, like, America. And so I'll be like, oh, well, I know this is an American thing, so it clearly can't be part of America. You know? Or, so it's clearly part of America, and then it's just, like, Sweden, and I'm like, what? So, yeah. GeoGuessr is interesting to do. There are people who are genuine, like, pros at it, and I'm like, my god, you need to work for the CIA. Or something like that, because you're able to figure all this out within, like, a mile of where it actually is, which is insane. I don't know the name of the dude who does it on streams a lot, though. But I've tuned into a few of his clips that he's done over the time. Seems like I tend to get quite a few more viewership when we're doing this later on at night. Because I'm always, which for me is fine because I literally work at random times, so. I'm a geography nerd and I know a lot about the world. Name any country and I can tell you the capital. Well, you see, okay, sure, Georgia. What's the capital of Georgia? Not the state, but the country. And keep in mind that I can't tell if you're right or wrong because I don't know this. I am really bad. I don't know any of the capitals of most of the, like, rest of the world. American or Kentucky education failed me at times. Like, so much so that, like, throughout, I don't know if it was because like I moved to multiple different schools, but throughout my like schooling history, they didn't even really touch on the Romans and how important they were to just getting to where we are today. So it's been a lot of fun exploring history since I've been outside of like school and everything over the past like however many years it's been. I don't know, 2019 to now, so 6 or 7 years almost, somewhere around there. It's been really fun to kind of deep dive into the history that I missed out on because my schooling system just decided not to tell us about it for whatever reason. They just deemed it unimportant. Specifically, I'm really enjoying right now learning about Eastern Asia history and stuff about Mongols as well. I did a deep dive of Mongols back when Ghost of Tsushima came out, and then when Ghost of Yotei came out, I just delved even further into that. Plus, I learned about a new group, the Ainu, who's been so fun to learn about too. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Tibsai? Tibsili? Tibsisai. I'm great with countries. Do North America, lol. Okay, what is the capital of Kentucky? I for sure know this one. Been there multiple times. Bought a car from there once. Met the governor when I was a little kid. Would much more prefer to meet the current governor, but oh well. Frankfurt. Oh my god, that's correct. Gold star, Mika. Am I out of dirt? Or grass? Or did I place a shulker down? I think I placed the shulker down. Although, funnily enough, Frankfurt wasn't always supposed to be the capital of Kentucky. Originally, if I'm remembering correctly, it was originally going to be Louisville, and then Lexington came about, and then they moved it around even more and made it Frankfurt, which I think Frankfurt had a different name before they changed it to Frankfurt. I know there's some really cool stuff that I've delved into because, like, Kentucky has a history with pirates, but they're river pirates, so it's not like sometimes we did have, like, the colonial era pirates that you would think of, like Blackbeard. He made his way over towards Kentucky as well, though he was more West Virginia, which is where he died and everything. Is that a skeleton that spawned? Is it really that? Oh my god, it's dark. I don't want to do torch spam. Alright, down below we go. Okay. Let's see. This is what free cam is great for. So we need to light up this area. Bring in the dirt here. Right over this way. Honestly, these should have been fun. I don't know why they're there. Anyways, what was I on about? River pirates, that's right. So there's loads of spots, especially where I'm originally from and everything, which has a lot of ties to river piracy. And I want to do like a deep dive of that one of these days and go in and explore some of those past locations and see if I can garner any inspiration for the base itself. I just haven't got around to it yet. I know there was this one rock area, which was a cave in between like Illinois and I think it's Western Kentucky, somewhere around there. That is, it was used as a gambling den slash, other activities den. And the pirates would invite people over being like, hey, we have food, we have drink, we have women, we have games, enjoy our hospitality. And then they would either kill them or rob them blind once they had gotten drunk. Because a lot of people were traveling down the Ohio River trying to get to the west to start new lives and everything. And the pirates just saw an opportunity and, they struck. Pirates get really romanticized, but there's like, they were pretty bad people, all things considered. But still fun, Do you know how to post a YouTube short from a computer? Yeah. You pretty much just make sure it fits within, I believe for like uploading from a computer, you have to keep it to just a minute long. Like anything above 60 seconds, it will not work. Or at least it hasn't in my experience. And it's got to be the exact aspect ratio of like 9:16 for YouTube. And then you can just upload it, and once it's uploaded, YouTube will automatically put it as a short, unless it goes over that. For the most part, what I do is I will take my shorts, especially if they're longer form shorts that I've had to either edit, and I will send them to my OneDrive, then download them to my phone, then upload them from my phone, because I've noticed that uploading from your phone, especially using hashtags more so than tags, tends to get more of a wider audience to view them. So every once in a while, you'll see sometimes I post the same short around because I'm messing around with which one gets it the most amount of views, brings in the most new audience and stuff like that to the channel. But that's just how I handle it. So much dirt, so much grass. Oh no, I think I broke my recording, you guys. And I just now realized because I teleported back, I broke my rule. Dang it. Okay. It might have saved it. But just in case, I'm going to stop that recording and start a new one. I can always do a fade transition and most people will understand what happened in the meantime. Your brain is really, really good at filling in gaps. So if you give it like the ending information, the beginning information, then a lot in the middle does not matter. Or at least as much. Because your brain is really good at filling in information. It's like when people talk about movies and stuff, a lot of the time they'll really remember the beginning and they'll really remember the ending. It's why the ending of a movie can also spoil a movie for some people and just make an entire movie really bad, despite the rest of the movie being fairly good. Because like endings and beginnings tend to stick way more in our brains than the middle aspects do. Nah, no distractions whatsoever. The whole point of the stream is literally just getting this all done. It's gonna be done eventually, so if part of the recording breaks, I can always fill it in with another. I'll tell you this isn't even like the worst. There's been entire tire builds that I've done this season that have just kind of not saved the footage. So I've either had to start again, which I've only ever done once, started a build from scratch once again, and that was this over here, my storage system. So I had built up what I had originally had in mind for the storage system, and then all the footage that I had was gone, and I was like, this is so important. I need people to see this because this is going to be a really important build. So I had to tear it down and start again, which then eventually led it to being this. So sometimes these things happen. Sometimes they're for the better, sometimes they're for the worse. It just really depends. We'll go underneath of here, fill in the grass. Probably put another jump boost beacon somewhere around here. Then we'll put a torch there. Thing is, I still think I'm making massive progress, and then I remember that this is only a small part of the video in of itself, is just getting all of this planned out. Like, I'm probably not going to do much of anything else with this for the time being once I get this filled in, because the rest of it is going to be... Oh, Sly's in. Welcome back, Sly. And the rest of the video is going to be finishing off the windmill and doing the forge, which is going to be somewhere in that area. I may have to do a little terraforming there. I was editing a short. and died. Then thought my stuff despawned, but luckily it didn't. Oh, you think that's... Yeah. That is lucky, because I was building this entire raid farm last map, and I was AFK, and then at some point, someone came by and shot me with a bow, just for the fun of it. And building in water, not a good idea. So not only did my stuff fall into the water and get picked up by, like, dolphins who bounced it up, but the stuff did get technically saved and was brought up to, like, my storage area system, only to then flow into the one cactus I had to deal with the, like, extra excess stuff. So all of my netherite gear got thrown into a cactus. And I was so sad, because I came back and had no idea what had happened. I think I also had, at this point in this map, I was building the ship, and I think I died at some point. And I couldn't find any of my gear. And luckily it was caused by the server resetting, so I was able to get my stuff back from putting in a mod request. Which they're really good about. I mean, they won't just give you your, stuff you lose just right back. Unless it's, like, caused by the server or from, griefing or anything like that. It was annoying, but, at that point it was so late into last map that I had so much, like, backup gear and everything that it really didn't matter way too much at the time. It was just kind of annoying because I had that gear as, like, the first netherite armor I had ever really gotten, because netherite was still... Like, it wasn't brand new, but it was still new to me at the time, because I wasn't really doing Minecraft content at that point for a little bit. I had been doing other stuff. I think at that point I was mostly streaming Apex Legends. And sometimes Paladins, and some other games. I don't know who asked it last stream, but someone did ask about, like, keeping motivation and everything. And during, like, 2020, I was just not doing much in the way of Minecraft stuff. I was much more into Apex and all this, so sometimes, things change. Now, this area I have to be a little bit careful of, because I know I want to continue this out, but I don't think I want it to go all the way here. I may bring some of this up and then have it go back down. That might look interesting if it's like a do-do, but I don't know. We'll see. For now, I'm going to back away from this area and just continue filling this spot in. Anybody have quartz they'd be willing to sell? I don't think I have any quartz at the moment, actually. I need to go either set up a bartering farm or mine for a bunch of it, and I think I do want to do the bartering farm. The only issue is, when it comes to setting stuff up here, there's so many players on the server that you end up running into other people's farms just because they're nearby. Like, I think my closest neighbor is Evil, and I'm pretty sure he has a farm set up for that. Is Evil on? He was on earlier. He's gone. But he was on earlier. But Evil is off in that direction. I think he's about 1,000 blocks or so away from me. I know Sly is in that direction, a couple 1,000 blocks. I wonder how his Coliseum's coming along. I haven't been there in a little bit. I think the last time I was there was to do a little bit of watching a match, and then I participated in a match. So here's hoping it's, closer to finish. Weirdly, I'm part of his Discord server that he has for it, but I've never contributed to it. I was just invited, and it's like, I mean, I'm, just working on the projects I have, so. But it's a really cool build that him and a bunch of other people are working on. It's massive, too. dirt, now you're dirt. Dang it. I didn't get it in time. Let's see. That's F3, not F4. Free cam! Yeah. Compare this massive patch here to what it was before, and there is such a major difference. This looks so much cleaner. I've got to get this spot filled in, and then I think we are in business. I'm gonna set this spot off for now. We'll come back to it another time once I've figured out how to transition it into this spot here, because I don't really want to mess way too much with the terraforming I did over there, because I do like it. So we're just gonna switch up. We're gonna come over this way, bring this over to there. That speed beacon's really coming into effect right now. Look at me go. That took no time at all. Imagine if this entire thing was that quick. That would be so amazing. Last map, I built basically a community town where like I was doing a lot of builds, but it was also other people joined in to do it. And it got to the point where I was kind of relying on other people to help out with finishing some of the builds that I had ideas for. This time, I'm really trying not to allow that to happen. So like every once in a while, I'll have people come in and help me out. If there's a task I really don't want to do, I'll either pay them with diamonds, or some people just, you know, they're happy to help. But for the most part, I'm trying to just get everything done on my own and break the cycle of, if it bothers my ADHD brain, to try to put it off. I really want to force myself to have things work. Where are more skeletons? I just heard a skeleton walking by. I don't have Fulbright on. When did I turn Fulbright off? I know I turned it on. Oh well, it's fine. We'll leave Fulbright off for now, just so we can see how dark things are and work from there. Because I'm trying to get rid of torch spam as much as possible. Oh, dang it. Digging a hole, I was there, lol. Hey, that rhymed. Would you like me to teach you some commands? Let's see, who was asking for commands? I don't know. I'm not really gonna focus too much on that. I wish I could hide that chat sometimes. Like, whenever I'm streaming, I like to have the chat hidden sometimes, and sometimes I don't, just depending on, like, what exactly will be happening. So, like, there was one time I started streaming and some drama was going on, and because I'm trusted, you know, I'm kind of involved in that whole chat process, so I had to turn my chat off, so that way no one in the stream could really watch, because, you know, that's, you know, kind of more private stuff. Every once in a while, having to do your job as a trusted gets a little bit annoying. I try to be like the stereotypical fun uncle trusted, where like, as long as it's not actually causing a major problem, I won't get directly involved unless I have to. Like, I'll send warnings and stuff, and I'll poke fun at it, but very rarely do I have to be super serious, and I don't like being super serious. So I try to keep it as rare as possible. I've been trusted for pretty much as long as I've been on the server, almost. I think I gained trusted like a month or so after joining. And I remember when it happened, I'd spent the night in voice chat with some of the other kings on the server, because we were all like doing kingdoms and stuff last map. And I went to one of the cities, and I had just finished pranking and helping like repair the prank that I did. And some of the admins came on, and they're like, "Hey, do you want to be trusted?" And I'm like, "I have no idea what that is, because I didn't read all the roles or anything like that." And they're like, "Well, this is what it is, and we think you'd be a good fit." And I was like, "Sure." And then I was like, oh, they have made the biggest mistake of their lives. But you know, it's a bit of an honor to be trusted. I mean, it comes with one major perk, or a few major perks, really. That I get an extra teleport spot, like extra home that I can set up. I can do a little bit more when it comes to like area stuff, and you know, I can mute people. I can do that type of, you know, work related stuff, make some decisions, small decisions, mind you. But also my player does not count for the server total of players, so we can have a full server of like 31 people and I can just join in, which definitely helped when we switched over to the new map and everything, because there were so many people on and I was able to still play because like my player count just doesn't count towards it. So that is a major perk and definitely helps with creating content. Can I ban people? Let's see, who's in right now? /ban. That's not the correct one. Alright, let's get the name correct first. Teton cat /ban. There we go. You have been banned. But no, we are unable to ban people as trusted. We can put in like you know, information for that, and we can do like some minor stuff, but the banning is really only for admins and above, which is good. I don't want really the power to ban people. Like, there's a reason, despite being trusted for like almost 4 years now, that I'm not an admin or anything like that. It's like, I don't think I'd be the best fit for that. Because like I said, I tend to try to keep things a lot more light, a lot more fun. And I think that's why trusted is kind of the better fit for me. That being said, if I ever do become admin, I won't mind. I mean, that'll be neat. But I'll probably still handle it much the same as I handle being a trusted. Although if I do get admin, then I can ban people. which I hopefully will never have to do. I don't think we have, like, there's definitely cases where we do have to end up banning people from the server. Because there's people who just, like, come on and they'll just cheat or something like that, and they'll just, like, break all the rules just for reasons. Like, I never know why people decide to do it, but, you know, they do. And so at those times, we have to ban people. We've had, weirdly, some people in the past join us and tell us we should whitelist the server, and it's like, well, then that would cut other people of being able to join this world, and I doubt Froob wants that, you know? I've only ever played with Froob a couple of times. Found his base on here, though. He kind of does the same base, I've noticed. It's just kind of a hole in the side of a cliff. But despite it being his server, he's very rarely on. One thing I do like about the Froobworld admins and the people who are still here after all these years is just the amount of knowledge they have in regards to the server. Like, they all were friends and everything, you know? And so it's like an interesting thing to experience. When I was early into Froobworld, I nearly died to a hacker, but he got banned. Yeah, hacking will definitely get you banned. We've had people who end up getting trusted who then decide to do it. And that's even weirder than the people who join in and do it. It's like, because at that point, you've already been given, you know, some responsibility when it comes to the server. So why do you just now decide to abuse it, you know? is I'll torch there, so I don't need torch there, but we can have torch here. Wild? Wait. In the wild? Ah, I thought Wild joined in. I haven't seen Wild at all this map, I don't think. Slash seen Wild. Was it Wild 98? I thought it was Wild 338. Let's see. 350 days ago. So yeah, Wild has not been on. Wild is a really talented builder, though. He built some of the largest builds of the last map. Oh, we are so close to getting this section finished here. I'm probably going to run out of dirt before, or not dirt, but grass before I run out of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna make it work. I wish dirt would spread. Like, I could put dirt down and the grass will eventually spread. It just means it'll take longer for me to switch it over to Podzol, which is fine. I don't really have a time limit on it right now. You know, it can do its thing. It can spread a little bit. I'm just mostly care about getting it nice and flattened out right now. Because I tried. I really tried to, like, go with the terrain and everything. Like the base game terrain. But it's just, it's not working for me. It's not gelling well. So, we're switching everything over. This part's gonna be really rough to look at here. I'm going to grab this because this stuff is useful. And I don't want to lose the coarse dirt for now. Alright, here we go. Pick up that shrub. I would like a shrub. A shrub is something that I could use help with. There's a song called Scrub, like No Scrub, or something like that. And it is a song that has haunted me for years. Because I had never heard it. And then in like 2019, it was literally everywhere. And it had come out like back in the 90s. And when I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. I would just be out and about at Walmart. I would be at like the middle of nowhere and all of a sudden someone's car would drive down and you would hear it. And I'm like, why is this song everywhere? It was driving me crazy. My then girlfriend at the time was also really big into the song, so she would play it a lot. And it was like, oh my god. Let's see, there's a torch there, so break that. I want to get this whole section finished here if I can. Should have enough grass to do this last section. Maybe to get a little bit of the other section involved. We'll see. The problem is, right here is going to be a little difficult. I'm going to have to come in and probably manually place Podzol in this area, because if I do the tree plant here, it's going to take the dirt and the coarse dirt, and it's going to change that in the Podzol. Which ultimately could be fine too. Like, either way, I'm going to have to do some retroactive work. But that's okay. You know, it happens. Tell you this. In the future, if I decide I need to build out of a specific biome because of the look, I'm going to go to that biome. I am not going to try to create that biome from another one. In all honesty, the grass probably would have been fine if it hadn't been for the savanna being like right here. So there's a transition right here where the grass changes to the more yellow color. And it just throws everything off. So I either had to cut my base off before it hit the savanna biome, or had to change it, and I chose to change it. And you know what? This is looking I said it before earlier, and I'll say it again. This is looking so much cleaner. I'm liking that. That hill right there doesn't need to be flattened. I think those are fine. It might need flattened in the future, but I think it transitions a little bit better into what's back this way. Because I did consider flattening this entire area out, but then I just kind of decided against that because that is way too much work for what I want to do, and I don't really need to go all the way back there with everything else. So. Oh wow, we've been doing this for 2 hours and 11 minutes now. That's crazy. I didn't have enough grass. I totally thought I had enough grass for that. That is a little disappointing. All right. I have dirt. Let's see if I have any excess grass. I don't think I do. I put it all into one. Let's see. I can do dirt, I guess. That's coarse dirt. Gravel, rooted dirt. Oh, rooted dirt. Gee. There's some dirt. We'll do dirt. And we'll let it spread. Get out of here, wheat seeds. My God. The sad thing is I do have to let the grass spread to be the dirt, because if I don't, then the dirt will not turn into podzol. As far as I'm aware, the podzol will not change dirt, weirdly. It'll change coarse dirt, but it won't change regular dirt. I think. Could be wrong. Could be misremembering. That happens. In fact, let's test it out. We're gonna place a tree. Oh no, it totally does. I didn't have to do grass for any of this. Now I feel even more stupid. This is why you test things out, you guys. Okay, so right here, I do know I'm gonna place it here to hopefully avoid it changing that. Cool. So this patch here will have to be manually placed. That's fine. I may get away with doing it here. Actually, we'll see. Yeah, just enough. Had just enough room. Okay, so I am going to not touch this area right here. These are going to be manually placed. And we're just going to get back to filling in this hole. I'm not too worried about spruce saplings at all. I have so much spruce and saplings that I don't really have to worry about how much I place. Plus, when I cut down these trees, which I will inevitably have to do... What? Oh, that's carpet. Okay, we're going to leave that glowstone there. I don't need the carpet. I wonder if it'd be faster just to do strips like this, because I am moving a lot quicker. I think that's what I'm just going to do. Just the strips. Speed building! Like so. Come on, line it up. Dang it! You can do it. You can do it. There you go. I cannot do it. In fact, I cannot. I'm gonna go on this section. Whew. Insta break dirt. Or grass, I mean. What is with this? Why is it sometimes going faster than others? So it's like right on the edge of the block like this. But then also not? Why can't I figure this out? Oh, wow. Okay, you need to go in here. I probably should have used my silk touch pickaxe for that. Could have given myself a piece of podzol, but whatever. Just go in and break the grass, just so it gets out of the way. One thing that is nice about these streams is you can just do this like time-consuming tasks. So, which don't necessarily fit into the videos unless you're doing them as time lapses or transitions. So close. So close to being done. Okay. We're gonna leave this section here just because I need to figure out how to transition all this in. We're just gonna fill in this section, and then we will officially be done with placing dirt for now. We'll go in and we'll turn it all to podzol, and then probably clear out the trees. I'll have to place the beacon. No, I have the beacon effects already in. Haha, nice. I should probably try to build a podzol farm. The only problem is, doing podzol farms, you either have to manually break it, because there's no way to explode it and get it back, or you have to craft podzol, which I think you can craft podzol. No, coarse dirt is what I was thinking of, not podzol. There's gotta be some way to get podzol automatically or something like that. I'll look it up, see if I can find anything, because I don't like having to place this much podzol and not having massive quantities of it. Okay, we do need go under here where this is at. It's this one. Go. You. Da-da-da. Up and over. Same with you. Perfect. Oh, learning my mistake. I'm gonna place in torches there. Fill in the gap. Now, eventually I will add the street lamps in. Any new players looking for a place to build their... Oh, looks like someone is making their own city. There's still a bunch of those popping up on this map. I'm pretty sure every single iteration of Froobworld has had some version or another of a city pop up. And one last torch will just go right there. So close, you guys. We're in the home stretch. Oh, I'm gonna have to dip into my mud dirt resources for this. It's all fairly lit up. I think right here could use a torch. Into the tree. Can you see if Warm is online? Ask if Java Lava is still going to live at Worm's town. I don't think Worm is online. Yeah, he's not online right now. If you're also welcome, Pickles. Glad to have you aboard. If you're a player of Froobworld, you can just do this command, which is /mail send, and then input the player's name. So say Warm. There. You can just do that, and you can send it to them, and then whenever they're online, they'll tell them, you got mail. And you can go in and read that. It's a lot easier than placing signs down in someone's face. I got banned for theft and x-ray for the 4th time. Well, hopefully don't do that. And if it was an accident and everything, like it wasn't like actually on your end, it was just something that happened and like either, you know, it was a mistake, you can put in an appeal, and they're usually really good about getting to those rather quickly. Because 4 times in a row sounds a bit like maybe you were having hardware issues if you weren't intentionally trying to x-ray. Because like x-raying is strictly against the rules here. That being said, sometimes it does happen, and as long as it's like it's not intentional, you're good. And for theft, well, hopefully that was a misunderstanding and you weren't actually trying to steal anything. Again, all of which you can explain to the admins, and they'll review it and help you out there. Let you know if they're able to get you back on the server or not. Dirt. That should hopefully be enough. Though I may be mistaken. Where's a good place to put a light? Well, I've got light there already, so... Because I don't want it to be super overly lit up. Maybe right there. We can put a light source down. Let's see. First 3 times I got banned for x-raying, actually x-raying, learned my lesson. I'd say my brothers got on my PC and started stealing / x-raying, or I just got lucky. Ah, well that sucks, man. Sorry that happened to you with your brothers. Glad you learned your lesson. If you put in an appeal and they're able to get you back on, just, I mean, I don't know your family dynamics, so I can't say don't let your brother on. But maybe if you can talk to your brother, be like, hey, it's fine, you know, the play and everything, but please don't play on this specific server, or if you do, don't do this stuff because it's not allowed on the server. I don't know. That would definitely not have worked with my little brother, so I completely understand there, like when we were younger. So, yeah. Okay, another torch here. I think that does, well, let's go in and just make sure everything is lit up now. Bam. I can do it from the other side, which will work too. Let's go one more spot over to here. Perfect. Oh, ow. And then right here, put another one. Yeah, now we're getting all lit up. Say right around here. Collect some of this back. Put a hole here, so torch. I'm just gonna put a torch there because I really don't want mobs coming in and out from here. I think this place is decently lit up to the point where like I don't have to worry too much about mob spawns in here. Over this way is a little bit dark. Hello, sheep. You're living in eternal darkness now. You're welcome. Place these in here, just so that way no mobs will spawn in here. I think we're good to go on this end. See, it's a little dark here. Perfect. A little dark right here. And just a few more just to be on the safe side because I really don't want anything down here. Cool. This place is all relatively nicely lit up. Maybe this spot. Put one there. And now we're going to go in and plant some more trees. That grew, thankfully. I'm going to need more bone meal, and I'm going to need more saplings. I keep those. I do have more bone meal. That's good. So just more saplings. Hello, bestest boy. I'm so sorry for what's about to happen to you. Look at this chest. I should have an empty shulker, so now I can actually place some of this logs inside of here. And that should hopefully help a little bit with your situation, bestest boy. Just put that like that. Put all this in here. I'm probably going to need this with me, to be honest. I'll save you a little bit of trouble. Did I grab saplings? I don't think I did. 32 should be enough, I would say. Ow. Grow, I say. Fall in a hole. I don't think I've teleported with this recording, have I? I don't think so. Not this current one. Which is good. I'm not going to worry too much about this patch here just yet. Here we are. Oh wow, 32 was not enough. What do you know? Okay, cool, 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 cool. This may so close to being fully done. But there we go. Got that. Got these manual stretches, which I have to go in and fill out manually to avoid it changing my path. Let's just pick all this up. I don't want to lose any of it. And then this isn't how it's going to fully stay. There's going to be texturing and stuff done to it eventually, but for now I just want to get the shape a lot more smoothed out. That's dirt, not puzzle. Was there a torch down here that I placed? This sheep wants out, but the sheep will never get out. You live here now, sheep. Here's your chance to escape, sheep, if you actually want to. So I've sent in an appeal and got a few days ago, but I've gotten nothing back from them. Well, it may take them a few days. I mean, the admins here, you know, it's not a job that, like, because they have real life stuff going on too. So sometimes it can take a bit, depending on, like, which admin is available to do stuff. Because, you know, it's all real life based. Like, this isn't like something they're paid to do. It's just something they're passionate about. So if ever they're not getting right back to you right away, you can send them a message. But honestly, just assume that it's like real life stuff that's keeping them from it. And give a little bit of grace there. Get these parts here if I can. Oh, this is looking so much better. I'm actually out of saplings. I should go grab some more real quick. I think the camel stopped my momentum. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Do I have more podzol? I do have more podzol. Good. You checked both emails. Then yeah, it's probably just a case of they're just busy with real life stuff and it might take a little bit longer. Ah, tell you what. Because I'm being a little bit lazy, I'm gonna place the torch here. Ow. Come on, get the rest of it. Ah, really? You were so close. Why? Why couldn't you just... Okay, we'll place this here. It's fine, that's still better looking than the grass. I'm gonna need more bone meal. Ask and I will already have it. Yay. Okay, this is gonna take a little bit longer. It must be in the shadow of the other. So, do something like this. Yeah, there we go. action going on. There is something kind of satisfying about this. When it works properly. Like, sometimes it misses out on these areas, and that's a little annoying. And I don't want any of this greenery here, so I'm just gonna switch it to dirt for now. Which will be fine, ultimately. Sorry, I hadn't checked chat. Okay, no new stuff. There we go. We're almost done with it. This is beautiful. I'm liking this. Like, for these smaller patches, I think I am just going to switch it to dirt. Just because I really don't want to have more trees to break than necessary. There we go. So we will have a tree here, and this should fill out these corners. Nice. Come on! Come on, really? Fine. You live to be a pain in my butt, don't you, game? I'll be back later today if you're still streaming. See you then. Hey, Tito, thanks for joining in. Hope you have a good day, man. I'll probably be finishing up the stream here soon, so thanks for joining in, everyone. I'm inside a tree. There we go. I think this is a good stopping spot here. I don't see any more greenery on this path. I think. Yeah, that's pretty good. This also brings back the trees to the skyline, which actually I'm not too unhappy with those trees. I do want to do custom trees for it, so I am going to get rid of these. And then we will bring the trees back, but this does kind of give you a bit of how the skyline used to look. And it still looks pretty neat, I want to say. But yeah, I need to go in and cut all of these down, but for now, we've got all this section here filled out. This needs to go at some point, and I think I'll get around to that in a little while, because it's part of the path and everything in the texturing, so I'll cover these in future streams, but for now, I think we've done quite a lot of progress. So I want to thank you guys for joining in for the stream. If you enjoyed it, and this is your first time here, make sure to, hit subscribe or like if you'd like. And if you watched this after it went up, hey, hope you enjoyed. I never know how to end or begin these streams, so I'm